There we are. Mama brought the light back. Mm, mm, mm. Shh. Shh. Boys. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on, babies. God, I hate walking in the spider webs. Grr. I have no idea how I did not notice that. Yeah. Come on, babies. You guys in your corner. Just go. Come on. You'll be back out in the morning. Yeah, tell me about it. I can't believe I've been walking under that thing, not noticing it. Because, yeah, I walk in and out of here like every freaking day. But I literally just spent like hours in here the other day just cleaning up. And I usually pride myself on keeping my kid pretty darn clean, but apparently I wasn't looking up. Now that I'm looking up, yep, I got to come out here tomorrow with the broom and take care of some spider webs and cobwebs or whatever the heck they're called. Oh, pretty bird. What? What? You were being so nice to the babies like 5 minutes ago. You were being so nice 5 minutes ago. Yes, you were. Hey, Charlie. Pretty bird. Be nice to the babies. You guys are okay. Hi, babies. You ready to come help Mama get some fresh water? Yes, Dino. Birthday? Which one do you mean? This one? This is Dino. Right here. And then we've got, what is this? We've got Pretty Bird right here. He's the star of the show. He's the beginning of all this. Got Charlie. We've got Blue. We've got little tiny Squirt, our little cackling. We've got Layla and her babies. Layla's an American buff. And her three babies are hers. And then the two fathers are the two African ganders that do have to be behind that gate. Sadly, they have to be separated from the rest of the flock because they like to try to dominate Pretty Bird, and they fight together, which turns into a not fair fight, which has resulted in him almost being killed. So I have to keep him safe and keep them from hurting each other. If I had known they had been male, they would not have joined my flock. They were actually supposed to be females. I don't like having domestic males join my flock. I actually prefer domestic Canada geese. You know. Oh yeah, the purring noise. Yes, they go. It's a special noise they do Specifically when they're ready to cuddle, sleep, content. They're trying to announce that they want to sleep. Even the older ones will do it, but it sounds different when the older ones do it. It's more of a lower rumble. Hi, Charlie. There's actually some shorts on my channel where you can hear Charlie and Blue making that noise, where they do that little rumble sound. They kind of go more like a like it's sounds different, but you can hear the same pattern of the noise. Now my geese are tamed like this because I hand raise them, so they're used to me. Right, Bert? Yes, Bert. Bert's a male, and all he's doing is he's just trying to protect his family from everyone. He's trying to assert himself as the dominant one. Come on, Bert. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Back up. Good boy. Pretty Bird is a hybrid, actually. He's a mix between one of these and one of those. So between either African or Chinese and a Canada Goose. Now, I don't know his parents specifically, so I actually hatched him, and I did not breed him. I did not create him. So I don't know the exact details of his parentage, but I know what he's made of just based on his appearance, the details, his behavior, things like that. Hi, Pretty Bird. Are you looking into the camera? Uh-oh, cat. Simba? Simba. Can you guys stay over here? Can you guys not get yourself in trouble for 2 seconds? You don't have to follow me everywhere. Stay there. Simba. You're going to get yourself in trouble, dude. Simba. Nope. Don't chase the babies. I know you're trying to protect your baby. They'll do it with each other. Canada geese will do it too. These are actually Canada goslings. So Canada goslings do it, and then even the Canada adults do it, and that's Charlie and Blue. I have them both on camera doing it in my shorts. They're actually the ones that I usually catch. Pretty Bird has done it. I do it sometimes, but not currently. He's in daddy mode. He thinks that he's the head of the flock. And it's evening, so he's very protective. Hey, Squirt. Hey, Squirt. All right, babies, come on. Come on, babies. Let's go. Come on, let's go. Go on. Guys, you gotta move. Come on, babies. See, it's the black neck and the black head, and then the white patch on the cheek. And that's very specific to Canada Goose. So, and then you can see these guys all have their feathers coming in. So these are older goslings. These guys are not quite babies anymore, but they're still babies, even though they're much bigger now. Come on, babies. And they think I'm their mom. That's why they're staying so close to me, because I hand raised my goslings. Sorry. I'm going to take the water out. You come in? Come in. See, they'll follow me wherever I go, because to them, I'm mom. Sorry, carrying water. It's okay. Mommy's here. I'm waiting for you. Come on. It's actually because they think I'm their mom. So I got these guys when they were I got the Canadas when they were less than a week old, and I got this one when when she hatched. So this is actually one of my American Buff's eggs. We hatched this one inside, and my daughter's been hand raising this one. Let Mama get some fresh water before you drink that. The other geese made a mess of that. Oh, Dino, you're so messy. Hold on, let me grab the water. I'm not leaving you. Dino. Hi, Dino. You guys gonna do it? There it is. Yeah, a lot of geese they do pond hopping is what you call it. So basically they live for certain periods of times at certain ponds. So Canada geese specifically. So just to clarify real quick, I have a special license to be allowed to have the Canada geese. So normally it is not legal to have Canada geese, okay? Like as pets. So if you like say find a Canada gosling that's gotten hurt or something or that's orphaned, legally you're supposed to turn it into a rehabber. It's actually federal law. The only reason why I can legally own these birds is because my birds come from a legal breeder and I have that special paperwork to keep them. It is impossible to legally turn a wild Canada goose into a legal pet. The only way you can keep a wild Canada goose is if you are a rehabilitator, legally a rehabilitator, so you have that permit, the paperwork, or you are a legal sanctuary. I just want to make that clear real quick because I don't want to misrepresent anything here. Just because I have Canada geese does not mean that that's a normal, regular thing that anybody can do. Come on, babies. Come on. Mama just had to get the water hose. There's so many bugs out tonight. My goodness. You coming, guys? Oh. Yeah. So that's really, really normal. First of all, a mama goose can take her babies really, really far. Like, she'll show them stuff and teach them stuff, like, all over the place. And actually, the baby geese will stay with their mom for a whole year. It's actually for a whole year that they're learning from their parents. They're learning where to migrate, where to go for food, where to nest, all that stuff. So, they actually are very, very family oriented. And one of the things they do is as soon as they can fly, they go from one pond to another lake to another river, and they'll stay in like an area less than 100 miles, like a like 100 mile circle, 100 mile radius. That's what it's called. Within a 100 mile radius, they will literally just basically pond hop. And depending on what state you're in, I'm down in Texas where it stays warm most of the year. Um, but depending on what state you're in and the food sources they have throughout the year, they may or may not migrate far. Sometimes they literally just go to another lake or pond because the food sources there are really good. Um, and those geese are called the residential Canada geese. Hey, 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 be nice. Delta. Ugh, not Delta. Dino. Dino. Come here, Dino. Yes, you. Come here, Dino. Do you guys want some water? Sorry. There's a spider web over there. All right, sorry. Um, Sorry about that. I just lost connection there for a second. Um, what was I just saying? Darn it. Oh yeah, about feeding geese, and ducks. So the reason, like one of the big reasons why they tell you not to feed wildlife is for two reasons actually. The biggest reason is because people feed them the wrong things. So like the most common thing that people will feed to ducks and geese at the lake. Jeez. Mm. Yeah, so in Ohio, you may or may not have residential geese in Ohio. You can actually look that up. So you can look up residential Canada geese in Ohio, and you could probably find news articles, reports, just all kinds of stuff about it. Um, but yeah, like I was saying about the feeding, um, the reason they don't want you to feed them is because most people feed them bread, which is really, really, really bad for them. So it has really bad consequences for them. Everything from lack of nutrient, meaning that the bread is basically like feeding humans paper. Like it does us no good. It has no nutritional value to us, and it fills them up, and especially when they're young and when they're babies. I don't know if you've ever noticed ever. Have you ever seen a goose who had wings that stuck out, kind of like almost like an angel? Like it almost looked like the wing was turned inside out and kind of sticking away from the body. And if you've ever seen that, it's called angel wing. Even though there's a genetic part, the angel wing, there is also a nutritional part. So the goose get fed, the goslings, the babies, they get fed bread so much that they don't go eat the food that they're supposed to eat, which means that they don't get the nutrients they need to grow because they grow up in like 8 weeks, which is really, really, really fast. So they don't get the food they need and the nutrients and the vitamins that they need. So they end up getting deformities. And the most common one is angel wing. And when they get angel wing, most of the time they can never fly. Their whole life they can never fly. But if a baby goose starts having angel wing, you can actually stop it. And the main way of stopping it, if you catch it really, really, really early, like barely anything going on, just very slightly, the wings just kind of bump out just a little bit when it's first grow, is to start feeding them really nutritional food for them. And it might correct itself, maybe. But the main way that you correct it is actually by wrapping the wings and securing them in place, because it's basically the weight of the feathers that turns that wing inside out, and their ligaments and their bones and their tendons are not strong enough to hold it in the right position. Yes, bread is like super, super bad for them. And it's not just that that it doesn't help them and just hurts them nutritionally. It's also that you know how like bread gets really moldy really fast? Not really a stomach. It's more like a holding location, and the food kind of hangs out there while other food's being digested, and then it moves in whenever there's space, right? To create a constant rotation of food. And the issue is that the bread, often people will feed bread that's old, even if it's not old. When you put bread into a moist situation that's warm, and geese have very high body temperatures, it can encourage mold to start growing. And they can get something called sour crop. They can get bacterial and fungal infections in their crop. And the crop is basically this area right here. They have like a food bag here, and it fills up while they're eating. And then when it's ready to digest, it starts moving into their digestive tract, into the next spot. Yes, actually, especially if you have waterfowl rehabbers. Pretty bird. Layla, take your babies to bed. It's bedtime. Let's go. Bedtime. Bedtime. Go on. It's night time. Hey, bird. Bedtime. Ladies, Layla's not going to go past you. She's scared of you guys. Babies. Come on, babies. You too. Let's go night-night. It's night-night time. Night-night time. Pretty bird. You're causing a ruckus now. Let's go. It's night-night time. Night-night time. Yes, night-night time. You know exactly what that means, buddy. Let's go. Night-night time. Night-night, Pibart. Let's go night-night. Buddy. Pretty bird. It's night-night time. Come on. Night-night time. Thank you. Take your babies to bed. Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Blue. Let's go. It's night-night time. You too, little ones. You guys need to go to bed too. Go on. Go to your mama. Go on. Bedtime. Go on. Thank you. Go night-night. Go night-night, Pibbert. You heard mama. Go night-night. Night-night. Go on. It's night-night time, Pibbert. Go on. Don't argue. Night-night time. It's night-night time. Quit with the arguing. Let's go. Bedtime. Nope. No 5 minutes. Go to bed. Go to bed. Pretty bird. I know the babies are younger than you, but they're following me because they're babies. Go to bed. Take your kids to bed. No attitude. Go to bed. Go night-night. Go night-night. Go on. Go to bed. Night-night. Night-night. Go night-night. Thank you. You too, Squirt. Little troublemaker. Thank you. Spoiled little butts. Sorry. Let's see. Um. Oh yeah, they 100% recognize words. You can technically train geese, but it's more like geese are it's like trying to train an exceptionally smart dog. Unless they want to, they're not going to do it. So they understand. They know. They're very, very, very smart. And they have exceptionally good memory. So if you betray them once, they'll remember for the rest of their life. Um, if you save them or help them once, they'll remember for the rest of their life. They have like a picture like memory. So like they can remember your face, they remember who you are, like especially if you have regularly fed them and stuff. It could be a big reason why the geese that you see are coming back to your area on a regular basis because they know that you're going to be there and that you're going to give them food. So, and Pretty Bird, he's over 4 years old now, and I hatched him. So, and it was just him for over 2 years. So it was Pretty Bird just by himself, the only goose I had for the longest time, and he was a pet goose who lived inside for those 2 years. So it was really 101, and he was always with me. So during that time, he learned certain terminologies. Like if I say things like daddy, he knows that's my husband, and he actually freaks out, and he'll actually get mad at me for using that word without my husband showing up because he knows that he knows that I know he'll get excited, and he gets mad if my husband doesn't show up when I say the word daddy. But if I say, do you want to go see daddy, he'll get really, really, really excited, and he'll likely start honking up a storm. And then he'll run out and like be looking for my husband. And let's see, He knows what up means. So like up is something that I used whenever I would pick him up to prepare him because he didn't really like it. And so I found a way that he accepted being picked up, but at the same time, I wanted to let him know when he needed to be picked up, like a heads up, and he learned what it meant. But it also was a way for me to communicate to him that he was needing to stay on the sidewalk when I would take him for walks because I wasn't using a leash for him and he was an adult. So he technically could have walked away from me, but we were living in a neighborhood where there was a sidewalk and a road. And even though our roads were not busy, it was still dangerous. So I would communicate with Pretty Bird, and every time he would get off the side of the road, or every time we would cross the street and we were about to step up on the sidewalk, I would say up, up. And he understood that it meant step onto the sidewalk. So that helped me to make sure that he stayed on the sidewalk because anytime he got off it and I would say up, up, he would get back up on the sidewalk. Yeah, so like I said, let's see. Maybe that's why the one goose I named Mio kept napping near me because she knew I was friendly because I would play my Nintendo Switch somewhat close to and eventually Mio started napping near me. Oh yeah, they are very, very smart. I'll tell you a couple fun facts about Canada geese. Look, they're trying again. Layla, I see you. No, Layla's new. She actually was not raised by me and she only joined this year. So she joined being 2 years old. Go back to bed, Layla. It's night time. No, Layla. Night time. Layla. Layla. Don't argue. Go to bed. Pretty bird, get your family back to bed. Get your family back to bed, pretty bird. Pretty bird. Get your family back to bed. Go. Go. I'm sorry. I know. I'm taking too long with the water. Let's go. Back to bed. Back to bed. Don't make me close the door. I'll close the coop door. Do you want me to close the door? I was trying to let fresh air come in. What? Don't give me an attitude. Go on. You see that head bobbing? He's communicating with me directly. I don't know 100% what it means. I actually been meaning to look into that. But he does that when he's like in a situation where I'm telling him not to do something or to do something he doesn't want to. He does that head bobbing. It's like an arguing thing. Well, that seems to be how he uses it. All right, guys, come on. Bedtime. Let's go. Come on. Go to bed. Go to bed. Come on. Delta and Echo are freaking out. Go on. It's very hot here. That's why my geese have their mouths open, by the way. Go on. Go to bed. Layla, take your kids back to bed. Let's go. I know you guys want to get in the water for another dip, but it's late and y'all are being loud and we've got neighbors, woman. Go on. Bedtime. What is that? Come on. Oh yeah. So there's like different kind of head bobs. Oh. I closed the door now. They're not gonna come back out. But I do need to fill up their water because that's what they want. And geese will totally ask for stuff too. And yes, 100% the head bob. So here's the thing. I'll show you. So first of all, one fact about Canada geese is they can fly upside down. I don't know if you've read that yet, but Canada geese can fly upside down. Another fun thing about Canada geese is that they're exceptionally loyal, and they're very, very loyal to their families. So they're extremely family oriented. And if sorry, I keep hearing a child screaming or something, and I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. Sorry. Anyways, um, whenever they bob their head, um, so one of the things they do is like, so if you imagine that this is the gooseneck, right? They'll bob their head kind of like this, like almost like in a waving manner, and that is how they would say hello, right? Whereas if their head is straight up like this, and then kind of like folds down and back up, folds down and back up, like straight up, that's the one I'm talking about when I say it's like pretty birds trying to argue with me. Um, I have to look into exactly what that means. It's very common in Canada geese. They like to do it. Um, but yeah, so like they'll honk at you and they'll bob their heads. That is a common greeting between geese. They'll do it to each other. And if you actually bow back to them, they'll understand it. So if you bow, they know what it means. So you just bow over and over again, right? And you don't have to do big bows, just like um it's very common in the Asian culture, for an example, to like bow to each other a few times. Um the geese will actually understand it as you saying hello to them. So um exactly. The first one is literally them saying hello. And if you watch the flock, and especially when they're like talking to each other or communicating and everybody's on high alert, you'll notice they do that head up and down, like straight up and straight down thing. They do that a lot when there's like just high stress or anxiety, or they seem to be discussing or arguing something. I don't know. It's just, that's what it seems like to me so far. What is it, Dino? I don't know. I know, baby. See, Dino is one of Layla's babies. My daughter's raising Dino. She's 12. And Dino is a sweetheart. She's been doing very good. She's been raising Dino since Dino was a hatchling. And when you hand raise geese, see, like when you don't hand raise them, they can be very wild in a sense. Even a domesticated goose breed that is a farm goose can be very wild in their behavior and very standoffish from humans if you don't interact with them often. But a goose that is hand raised, and I'll show you right now with Dino. Come here, Dino. So a domesticated goose that is hand raised can be extremely tame. I'm holding this goose very far up. See how tame she is? She's extremely trusting and calm because, there you go, mamas. Good girl. Because she knows, because she knows ever since she hatched, from the very first moment in her life, she was being picked up and handled by us. And she's used to it. It's normal to her. So that's just, it's just one of those things where like it makes a huge difference. A lot of people think that geese are evil. That Canada geese specifically, they call them cobra chickens. I think it's funny to call them cobra chickens, but some people call them that in the sense of like that they're evil, like dangerous animals. And even though Canada geese can be dangerous, I would argue that they have every reason to dislike humans because, I mean, think about it. If every year that you went on vacation, every time you went on vacation, every single year, let's say you went on vacation with your family every year in May, right? And if every year in May, when you went on vacation, there was this one family, this one group of people, or let's say a group of aliens that attacks your family and shoots at them with their like alien weapons, right? And just attacks you guys. You're not doing anything. You're just living your life. And they just attack you, right? And sometimes they kill your family members. Sometimes they kill your children. Sometimes they take family members away from you and kidnap them. And then there's other aliens that will literally steal your babies when there's nothing wrong with your babies, or destroy your like baby's room or your home. And if you think about it, you would not like those aliens. Like, you would hate those aliens. You would fear those aliens. You would want to defend yourself and potentially attack them if they came anywhere near you. So when you think about Canada geese, that's basically what they know about humans. There are nice humans that they find here and there, but overall, most humans chase them, terrorize them, destroy their nests, steal their babies, break their eggs, kill their family, kill their loved ones, kill their children, kill their life partners. Um, so why would they like us? Like, why would they be nice to us? Why would those animals accept humans when we just randomly approach them? Because from what they know, humans have these fire sticks that shoot and make loud bang noises and kill their family. You know, it makes no sense to them for them to be friendly towards us without knowing us. You know what I mean? Yes. Well, see, the thing is that, again, it depends. The geese that are around your area, there could be different reasons why they're friendly towards you or towards other people. One of the reasons. Hey, babies. Hey, Bubba's. Are you tired? Hi, Dino. Hi, Dino. Dino, you have eyeliner. I never noticed that before. Yeah, there's a lot of people who can be very mean to them because they just assume that they're bad and don't give them any value and consider them a pest. And in all reality, geese are actually very amazing animals. In my opinion, personally, they're my favorite animal. Um, Geese are, specifically Canada geese, are my favorite ones. So with a Canada goose, they actually mate for life, which means that when they find a mate, they create a bond with that other goose, and they spend their whole life with that one goose. And if something happens to that goose, so like if a female goose loses her male mate, um, she will actually cry for him, like she will mourn him. And depending on how long she's been with him, so like if she's been with him for most of her life and they've had a long relationship, a female or male goose, whoever, if it's a widow or a widower, it doesn't matter which gender it is or which sex it is, whatever. Um, that surviving goose will sometimes be so sad over losing their mate that they will basically commit unaliving themselves. So they stop eating, they stop drinking, they stop taking care of themselves. They just let themselves go because they become so depressed from losing that that mate. And that's how much they connect to their mate, like to their significant other. And when I learned that, I was very fascinated by it because, we, as humans, we tend to think that we're so unique in on this earth, that we are somehow special. And I've done a lot of research into animals, not just geese, just animals in general. And when I was younger, I'm in my 30s, and when I was younger, I remember they used to say that humans were unique because we had the ability to hate, we had the ability to feel regret, to be sorry, and to love. And that's what set us apart from animals, right? Since then, they have found out that rats have the ability to love, hate, and regret, and be sorry. We know that geese have such a strong bond with their mate, you might as well call it love. You know what I mean? As in, they can mourn their mate. They have special connections with different flock mates and with different family members. They have different friendship connections, just like we humans do. And the only thing that I can't see in the animal world that I see in the human world is the capacity for evil. That's the only difference I see, and I'm not so sure that that makes us superior. So, and this is just me, my personal opinion. Everyone sees these things differently. I'm just saying that we tend to think that the humans tend to think that we're superior because we have all these special things, when in all reality, we have no idea how conscious animals are of their own self, and whether or not they have individual thoughts or if they function purely on instinct. We don't know that for sure. And outside of that, they pretty much can do everything we can do, when it comes to emotions and things like that, things that we always used to think made us special or set us apart from animals. And the only thing that I can find emotion wise or character wise that sets us apart is that humans can be evil and that animals generally are not. Um, like that they always have a reason for everything they do. Even if they mass kill, it's for practicing hunting, it's for food, it's for self-defense, it's for territory. You know what I mean? Like there's always a legitimate reason that has some sort of connection to survival. Anyway, that's just my 2 cents. Now they don't always, just so you know, I see that you said that it breaks your heart. I knew they made it for life, but didn't know that they got really sad like that. They can. So they don't always pass away when their mate passes. So it really depends on each individual goose. I guess you could really compare it to the human world. Like, like for some grandparents, like elderly people, when their spouse dies and they've been with them their whole life, they just they often will die within a few weeks of that person, because they lose their will to live. Like there's nothing to keep going for, like their life partner is gone, right? Whereas other people, they maybe find other purpose in life and they may keep going. And it's very similar in that Canada Goose world. Some of them may not have the strength to keep going. Some of them might find purpose in other areas. They actually will start helping their children raise their grandchildren. Um, they Canada geese have actually learned that hunters will usually aim for the very end of the V. Like how there's a V in the sky, how Canada geese fly in a V shape. So basically, where my fingernail is usually the geese that get shot by hunters. Okay. One of the reasons why is because usually the ones at the very end are the oldest geese. But if they're flying in a V formation, the ones that are widows and widowers, they will also fly at the very end. So whenever there's a threat, those geese actually will choose to self-sacrifice. And people have actually watched this and observed this, that they will change their, like if they're flying and their partner gets shot while they're flying and there's bullets flying, that goose, the surviving goose, will move all the way to the back of the flock intentionally on their own to basically sacrifice themselves to protect the rest of the flock because their mate is already dead. So like they do a lot of things that a lot of people don't know about, that in my opinion makes them amazing animals, amazing beings, whatever you want to call it. But again, that's just my 2 cents. See, the thing with hunters, it's actually really complicated. So the thing is that we actually kind of need hunters. See, when we first came into the U.S. and over the last, 2, 3, 400 years, um, humans have killed off so many natural predators and we've eradicated them, that a lot of wild animals no longer have natural predators. And anytime you take out something from, like, say, a balance scale, you know there's going to be an imbalance. And when there's an imbalance, it's going to throw off the whole thing. So because we killed all of those predators, now we have all these animals that are considered prey, the animals that the predators would have normally killed and eaten, and they would have normally killed the weak and the sick and the old, right? Um, and now there's nothing killing them anymore. So if you let them live and you don't control those numbers, it actually starts affecting all the other animals as well. And it can actually cause many of our animals to go extinct. So, do we need hunters? In my opinion, yes, we do need hunters. I have a problem with disrespectful hunters. I have a problem with poachers, and any hunter who's disrespectful to me might as well be a poacher. I don't like trophy hunters, and I don't like hunters who enjoy killing the animal in like a nasty kind of way. There are lots of hunters who have a lot of respect for the animals and actually have a lot of love for them, and only do it to help control the numbers. And they're very respectable people and respectable men and women out there who are doing this because it needs to be done. And all right, strange sound. Um, and they do it because there's a need for it, right? Because they're basically replacing the predators, and they do it quick and they're efficient, and they don't kill the biggest buck for his rack, but they rather kill the buck that is sick or the buck that is old. It's such a strange noise. So weird. What a strange, strange noise. Anyway, like I said, um, exactly. Oh, I don't know. It's like a weird, I don't know, the noise that you usually hear in movies when there's a monster, like a big giant monster, but it's like far away, or like a dinosaur really far away. It's just a weird, just rumbling sound. Most likely, I'm guessing it's somebody's motor. It's just strange sounding. It's been going on longer than what I would have expected for a vehicle, but it's still lingering. Yeah, strange, just weird sound. I don't know. I don't know. It's weird because it keeps happening. Anyway, I gotta bring the water in and then get back inside because y'all need to go to bed. And these little goslings are currently learning to integrate. So, so they're actually staying outside during the day. Oh, sorry, carrying this big heavy bucket. No, good for you. Good on you reporting it. My Opinion, definitely the right thing to do. If you hear or see something, then say something. Dear Lord, boys. Shush. My goodness. Nugget, are you in your box? Nugget. Um, Nugget. Nugget. There you go, Nugget. What are you doing? Come on, Nugget. Go to bed, Nugget. Nugget, go to bed. Look, there's nobody in there. Look, it's empty, Nugget. Sorry, I have to show Nugget that her bed is empty. Go on, Nugget. Bed, Nuggy, Nuggy. Go on, go night night. Nugget. No, please. What are you doing? You don't attack the chicken. You don't attack the Nugget. Come on. Come on. Let's go. Mischief. Yeah, I know the bugs are annoying, aren't they? Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Go, go. Go, go. Night night. Anyway. Yeah, Nugget is my also my daughter's pet. She we raised her. She was our first chicken. So Nugget was Pretty Bird's first friend. So Nugget actually thinks that she's a goose because she grew up with Pretty Bird around and Pretty Bird was the only other bird, well, the only other bird her size. Come on, babies. So Nugget grew up believing that Pretty Bird is what she is because it was the only other animal to identify with for her, like the only other bird. And so she believes that she's a goose. And it's actually really funny. That's why she sleeps in that little doghouse thing because she refuses to roost up on like where all the other chickens are roosting. The other chickens will sleep up high on branches, on countertops, on whatever in the coop. Come on, babies. Hey, you guys what are you doing? Hopscotch? Anyway, but yeah, Nugget, she refuses. She will not be a chicken. She does not behave like a chicken. She stays with the rooster flock. I'm sorry, with the goose flock all day. She does not hang out with the chicken flock. That's beneath her. She is definitely convinced that she's a goose. I think it's hilarious, and we love her very much. Yeah, you can find a whole bunch of stuff about our flock in my short videos and then even in my longer videos. I've been posting videos for a couple of years now since Pretty Bird was young. So, and he's over 4 years old now. So yeah, you can find lots of videos from us from about Pretty Bird and lots of different things that that we've experienced with Pretty Bird that are awesome. All right, you guys ready to go inside? Go night night. Yes, geese 100% will play. 100%. No question about it. Geese play. Um, they do everything from the zoomies to just random, like you said, like playing tag. Um, like I call it the zoomies. Just like a dog or cat randomly will start sprinting all over the house or all over the yard. The same thing a goose will do in a pool and all over the backyard or the pond or wherever it is they are. Come on, babies. Are you coming? All right, I'm gonna have to find a way in without walking into spider webs. You guys coming? Let's go. Yeah, Canada geese are super cute though. Anyway, I'm gonna have to get off here though. My phone is literally about to run out of charge, so I might even get literally kicked out of this live. So I'm gonna have to get off here. And thank you so much for hanging out tonight. And I hope you enjoy the videos.